Okay, we're at spot 237 or something, I don't know. Everywhere that I've drove by so far this afternoon, somebody has been at. So, we're back at the little boat ramp where we caught a bunch of yellow bass and white bass and stuff in the BFS video. And yeah, we want to see what we can make happen here. The water's gone down really far, so there's really no telling. So, let's get down here and see if we can catch a couple fish. Dang, the water has gone down a lot farther. Like the last time we were up here doing that white bass and yellow bass catch video, all this stump was underwater completely. The water has gone down about 5 foot since the last time we were here. Might have to do some catfishing here one day. One problem I can tell right off the bat that I'm gonna have a problem with is all these little things like this get tangled up in my spinner bait and jigs and all that. No, not a thing yet. I'll say I ain't caught nothing, and there's one right there. It's wrapped around crap. Yeah, it came off. Now, I was up here about a week ago before the water dropped down, and you couldn't get away from white bass. But it seems like they're all...
That water, it's starting to move. It'll be up in another couple hours.
Oh, yeah. That's a little 1-inch Berkeley gulp. It's like a little crappie jig. Yeah, I've got a handful of them myself. I just break them off half the time. There's another one. Well, we ain't skunked. That's all that matters. Yeller bass. This guy down from me said he's caught about 20 today, but ain't but about 3 been keepers. But yeah, whatever these little seedling looking things are, if you know, drop it in the comments, because I ain't got a clue. They're getting stuck on everything. Well, that's a little bit better, shoot. Yellow bass, not by much. It's a fun size one. Definitely had some attitude to him. There's already 2 fish in already. Well, technically 3 if you count the one that got off. This thing's already tore up. Fortunately, I've got like 2 more bottles. You can get some Berkeley Gulp at discounttackle.com. Link in the video description if you want to try to order you some. There's another one. Even the fish are getting tangled up in this crap. Well, that one has broke somebody off. Let's see if I can get... No. Well, how did that break somebody off? Like the hook is in that fish's gullet. It's not bleeding, but that's way down in there. There's no chance of getting that one out, but I will at least do this fish a favor and cut that line as low as I can. I'm only using a 64th ounce jig head, which is getting me plenty of distance, but I think, oh, missed one. I think in a second I'm gonna tie on a 32nd ounce just to get a little bit more distance. But then again, it is pretty shallow, and there is quite a bit to snag on down here, so I don't know. We'll just ride the lightning for a few more minutes. That's one thing I absolutely hate about spring is digging these things off of everything you throw out. And there's no getting around it either. Oh, dang it. That's two that I've missed in pretty much the same spot. You know, these, you get a couple really good hits right off the bat and it's roughly the same spot and it starts to spoil you. See if it's still there. Yep. There's a stub or something right there. He's wrapped around all kinds of crap right there. There we go, we got it. Finally. And you kind of tore up from that mess, but hell, didn't break it off any jaw. Yeah, this gulp is already shredded. These yellow bass are just about as bad as whites are when it comes to soft plastics. How is it that a 200-pound deer going through the woods is completely silent, but a 1.5 pound ball of fur sounds like a whole fleet of Cat D9s rolling down a hill? That tiny little squirrel sounded like it was the end of the world coming down this ridge. Another one. This one's probably the biggest of the day. Barely hooked, but we'll take it. Open your mouth, goober. No, that's a good solid yellow bass right there. A good eater size. But I'm not down here to catch and eat. I'm just here to catch. Nice-n. N-I-S-S-A-N. Nice-n. Well, I guess leaving my drag tight a little bit, or tightened up a little bit more. That's what I'm gonna have to do to keep them from getting down in that tree top right there. Oh. Dang it, missed another one just right here on the edge of the current. Like, it's pretty much where all this trash and the current meets. They're just hanging out right there. I'm probably about to go ahead and put that bigger jig head on just that way I can stay down below this trash. Which, I don't know that that would help any because there's so much of it in the water. Another one. Jeez. Friggin' trog of a yellow bass. Ooh, almost dropped you. Not my biggest by a long shot, but still a good one. Nice-n. I kind of want to throw a rooster tail like the dude down here in the boat's throwing, but kind of hard to sway from what's working. I tell you, another one. It's definitely not every cast, but it definitely feels like it. I'll take these little yellow bass all day long, as hard as they hit and as hard as they fight. Oh, ooh, that was a good one. I bet that bait's shot now, yeah. Yep. I might be able to rig it just a little bit more. There's still a little meat left on that gulp. Another good one. Just barely kept that one from getting in that treetop we had trouble with earlier. Open your mouth. Man, that one's got some pretty stripes on it too. Matter of fact, I need to take pictures from my last one. Yeah, finally updated my logbook for March, and I was the entire month behind, plus the majority of April. But that's took care of now, so we can start adding up to April. Another one. That was just a teeny tiny little tap. Beast. Well, let's see how bad this thing is now. I might be able to get one or two more out of it. Oh, it's pretty much as soon as it hit the water. Oh, yellow bass is fun. See, this is why I don't fish a lot of new spots very often, because, you know, if I'm going to fish a new spot, a lot of times I'm going to end up driving like an hour to 2 hours, and usually when I do, it ends up being a wasted trip and I don't catch anything. If I don't catch anything, I can't make a video, and if I don't make a video, I don't make money. So, yeah. I'm going to continue just fishing the same spots over and over, as long as I know what the bite is like there. And I know that's going to frustrate people, but hey, my channel, I'm going to fish where I want and make the videos that I want to make. Another one. This one's a little bit nicer, not by a lot, but hey. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and retire that Berkeley gulp. That thing is, I can't rig it more than once anymore without it tearing. Man, that thing's got some pretty colors and lines on it too. Nice. Well, let's get us a, you know what? Let's just go ahead and put a little bit bigger jig head on. See if we can get out there a little bit farther past all this crap, because the current's definitely starting to pick up and it's pushing more of that crap down here, and it's making me have to cast farther out to get past all this trash that's floating on top of the water. Finally, it's been a minute. Don't tell me you swallowed that. Nope, you good. Switched up to a little 32nd ounce jig head with a pearl white Bobby Garland instead of tearing up all my Berkeley gulps, and started catching. Well, I've got several bites, but that's the first actual catch on it. But they're still, like, we've been here 37 minutes and they're still holding pretty much on that line of trash. I'll take numbers of, jeez, that's not a yellow bass, that's a hog of a bluegill. Hey, at least we're getting a little bit of variety. I may have to come down here and fish one evening or one night. Definitely not going to do it by myself, because this is in the middle of BFE, but, you know, It does look like there's quite a bit of depth out here. Like, I don't know the actual depths of this out here, but hey, I know there's structure for the flatheads. I know there's striper in this river. I know there's muskie in this river. And I know there's some big old catfish in here, so maybe one day something, I don't know. We got something over there underneath the tree. What do we got? What do we got? Of course, it's another yellow bass. Just getting through all that crap to get to the fish. All good, consistent sizes for the most part. If I knew I was going to get into a mess up like this, I would have brought my cooler or something, throw them in there, and have a fish fry. Finally, another one. And it went straight to that freaking tree. There we go. Seems like the bite's dying off a little bit, so I guess I should probably work on getting a thumbnail for this video. Beast. Well, the rod's of choice this afternoon. 6 cents stash stick, 6.6 medium light, Stratic 1000 with some 6-pound braid. And I've got it down to a 1/32 of an ounce Tamora fly tying jig. You can find them on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description, or if you want to, just go straight to Amazon and type in fly tying jigs. Tamora will more than likely show up. And then the other is my BFS setup. It's a Daiwa Tatula BFS ABCD EFG something other. They've got an alphabet for their names. 6.5 light and Casking Kestrel with some 10-pound braid, which I've pretty much set it up for the afternoon because, well, this is what's working. That's nicer. It's because it's a big old white crappie, and it had a swimming politician attached to its head. He's got a fresh bite from a swimming politician on his head. That right there ain't much bigger than some of the yellow bass we've caught, but it definitely fought harder. All right. Well, I believe we're just going to give it a little bit longer because the bite is definitely slowing down. And I've got 2 videos to edit tonight, and yeah, it's definitely been fun either way. Oh, heck, I didn't even know that was on. I just figured I was into some trash. And it ain't on no more. Stay hooked. Stay hooked. I just barely did feel that one. Anybody want to fish and whatever these things are salad? Well, that one got off, but we did come in contact with it. That's all that matters, I reckon. That one picked it up on the fall, I guess. Feels like a nicer one. Away from that stump. Jeez. Well, there it is. Biggest one of the day. And I might be able to get that one out. No, hell, he's got it down in his gullet. I thought it was in his gills, but anyway, I'll get it back and I'll just get a screenshot later. Well, do I want to retie to another Berkeley gulp and finish her off for a few more minutes? Or do I want to call her quits? I mean, I don't want to call her quits because we're catching fish, but... There we go. First cast with the Berkeley gulp back on there. Get one right off the bat. Not a big one. And I am holding you in a very dangerous way because everything on these things is sharp. Big one. Seems like they've moved out to just a little bit deeper water because they're not like right along this current seam that we were on earlier. Darn it. Another one picked it up on the fall, but my line was tangled around that freaking tree that I'm tangled around now. I didn't feel it. Jeez. Dude. Do you friggin' see that? That is 100% a new PB yellow bass, and I'm not entirely sure that I've got a measuring tape with me. Actually, I think I do. That is every bit of a PB, every bit of a tarp eligible yellow bass that I've been after for years, and I don't have a measuring tape to document it properly, so there's nothing I can do about it. Well, let's get it back. Dang it, that irritates the crap out of me. Yeah, that one hurt. 100% new PB yellow bass, and 100% that one was a tarp eligible one. But without a measuring tape to lay it by and document it with a photograph, it's just my word and they won't take that. But it is what it is. I'll just have to dig up my measuring tape. I've got a good Stanley one that I used to carry, but I don't know what it did with it. So yeah. It's just one of those things you have to learn from. Dang it, another one with the same issue. There's one little twig my line gets caught on that I keep overlooking, and I don't feel their bites. You're barely hooked, but we got you. That one came with some of that salad stuff. But they're definitely hanging out in a little bit deeper water. Like the current has picked up a little bit, and the water's definitely come up because that stick we kept getting stuck on is underwater now, and there's a stop there that's almost underwater. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. Basically, the way that I'm, retrieving this thing and working it is strolling, hover strolling, mid strolling, whatever you want to call it. Super popular technique for bass fishing. Cast it out there, let it fall to roughly my desired depth, and twitch with a little bit of a slow, steady retrieve. And I missed one. Didn't miss that one though. Slick little fish. Dang pretty too. Dang good catfish bait. I actually should have kept some of them that I've caught so far today, but I didn't really think I was going to get into them after, the first couple of spots I drove to, and didn't catch anything at all. Stay on, stay on. Tell you what, this is very close to being the hottest yellow bass bite I've had in a long time. You just gave my thumb a piercing that it didn't appreciate. Well, on that note, I'm gonna get all my stuff together, and I will see y'all back at the vehicular. I'm a little bit frustrated right now. I was putting all my stuff up, getting ready to leave. Looked in the back of my passenger front seat. I could have certified that yellow bass, and finally, after probably 10 years, finally have my tarp yellow bass. Oh well. I'm not going to say that I'm confident that I'll get another one this year, but at the rate that I've been catching bigger ones, like north of 8 inches, which is actually pretty dang big around here, so that I'm not going to worry too much about not catching another big yellow bass. But it is what it is. I'll have to find my other measuring tape and keep it in my bag. But anyway, that was a dang fun afternoon, especially that biggest one there. That was, like I said, my new PB. Definitely an unofficial tarp one, but without photo documentation, nothing I can do about it. Not going to get that certificate. So if you want to get access to videos before the public does, there'll be a link at the very top of the video description. Everything else below that will be socials for the channel, like Facebook and Instagram. And below that will be the affiliate links for the channel. But yeah, if you want to get access to the videos before the public does, sign up at the very top link in the description. The big hog. I tell you, I have squirrel moments like no other. Hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.